This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumps exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. Thank you for joining us. It's Thursday, March 18th.
Well, the state of Nevada continues to receive more doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. Governor Steve Sisolak says that it will better meet the demand. And he's announced that starting on March 22nd, more Nevadans will be eligible to get the vaccine.
I'm so proud of the state's immunization team led by Candace McDaniel. As we get more doses delivered, we're ready to scale up distribution as well, so that local entities are able to use the doses as quickly as possible. Because of the increased production and distribution of vaccine and the incredible work being done by the federal, state, and local partners, today I am proud to announce an exciting update to Nevada's vaccination timeline. On March 22nd, we will open up availability to all Nevadans 16 and older with underlying health conditions. Statewide, vaccination opportunities for this group of Nevadans will be available through the retail pharmacy program. Local health authorities and counties will continue to vaccinate eligible Nevadans within the frontline essential workforce lane, while also holding events for the general population. If you are eligible in your county now, we encourage you to make your appointment as soon as you possibly can. And that's not all. President Biden challenged states to ensure all Americans be eligible for COVID-19 vaccines no later than May 1st. Mr. President, challenge accepted. Beginning on April 5th, all Nevadans 16 and older will be eligible to schedule vaccination appointments statewide. April 5th, all Nevadans will be eligible to schedule vaccination appointments. I want to be clear, opening up the state to eligibility on April 5th does not mean that every Nevadan will be able to make an appointment and get a vaccine on April 5th. Availability of vaccines and appointments will still be dependent on the allocation of doses we receive from the federal government. However, this will allow more Nevadans to schedule appointments and receive their shot in an easier way.
And the Nevada Highway Patrol has identified the driver of a tractor-trailer who was killed in a crash Tuesday near Indian Springs.
Troopers say 65-year-old Terry Bailey from Portland, Tennessee, died Tuesday morning when he crashed his tractor-trailer on US 95 near Indian Springs. NHP's preliminary investigation found the truck, for unknown reasons, went off the right side of the highway and onto the dirt shoulder. The truck continued into the desert, where it eventually overturned onto its right side. The impact tore open the roof of the trailer, spilling crates of onions onto the ground. Troopers say Bailey, who was the only person in the truck, succumbed to injuries sustained in the crash, and he died at the scene.
And another tragic accident. Nevada Highway Patrol says a man and a woman from California died in a crash on Wednesday on U.S. Highway 95 near Beatty.
Nevada Highway Patrol continues its investigation into a deadly crash on US 95 near Beatty, the third fatal crash on US 95 just this week. Troopers say 59-year-old Sherry Peterson from Sacramento, California, and 56-year-old Lopez Preciado from Truckee, California, died in the crash. The preliminary investigation shows the silver Subaru Forester, being driven by Peterson, went off the roadway and onto the dirt shoulder. Investigators say the vehicle then re-entered the roadway directly in the path of a Department of Transportation work truck. The two vehicles struck head-on. This crash marks the Nevada Highway Patrol's Southern Command's 17th fatal crash, resulting in 20 fatalities so far this year.
And in other local news, Nye Communities Coalition provides job training for those seeking employment or a new career. Right now, there are plenty of opportunities, but Carla Began says she worries not enough people know about the services offered by Nye CC, both for job seekers and employers.
I don't know that everybody knows, Deanna, that we have a staffing service at Nye Communities Coalition. It's a temp agency, so we have employers that are looking to match with employees. And so it can be anything from office work to medical stuff to day laborers for construction sites. And we're trying to match people up. And employers come to us for a number of reasons, because they have a temporary job. Other people want to try out an employee before they bring them on board and take all that onboarding costs onto them.
Important, right?
Absolutely. So our temporary laborers work under the NICC, so they fill out NICC timesheets every week. They get paid from NICC. We cover their unemployment and their workers' comp and all of that sort of stuff. And actually, right now, we have over 100 jobs on our job board listed.
Wow.
For here, for Pahrump and the surrounding communities, from entry-level stuff to nurses to professionals, people with degrees.
Yeah.
So any of your watchers, please, if you're looking for a job, call the NICC. You come into our resource room, our job zone, and you'll be matched up with a career coach who will actually help you maybe even get retraining in an area. We have a lot of people that have, during COVID, have taken this opportunity to go through retraining. So those people are, once the doors opened to those jobs, they're flooding into those jobs job ready. On Wednesdays, we have an orientation to our job zone. And it goes over all sorts of things, all the different programs that we have through our resource room. It has resume building, dress for success. How do you dress to go to work? You know, and then from there, you can go and look at all the job boards and then, do I need some retraining in this area? And once they've come into our offices, they go on employeenv.gov, they sign up there, and then they'll be able to see all the jobs there. That's also a place where they can see where all of the training opportunities are that we might be able to pay completely for that training.
And for more information about the staffing services available at Nye Communities Coalition, just give them a call at 775-727-9970. You can also find them online at nycc.org.
Well, there is a new Senate bill making its way through the legislature, currently called the Dark Skies Bill, SB 52. The bill requires the administrator to establish a regulation, a program rewarding a dark sky designation to sites here in the state, including communities, parks, reserves, and byways. The International Dark Sky Association estimates that approximately 30 to 60% of outdoor lighting in the United States, including lighting for architecture, parking, and landscaping, advertising in streets, is wasted primarily because of unshielded outdoor lights brightening the night sky, causing light pollution, making it difficult to view the stars, and affecting biological rhythms of humans and wildlife, increasing power consumption and cost. Here in Nye County, we have an ordinance in place defining outdoor lighting that can be used at businesses and residences throughout the county. Nye County Code Title 17 Ordinance 552 gives criteria to ensure that residents can view the night sky, enjoy their property without light pollution from neighboring properties.
All right, so stay tuned. We have much more illuminating lights for you right here on News 25.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by P&P Property Management. Knowledge, experience, communication, and trust. Call Cynthia at 775-727-4444.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in your financial news, the Fed expects the economy to continue to improve. Morgan Stanley is the first big bank to offer Bitcoin, and budget airline Sun Country goes public.
Topping our news, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says no interest rate hikes through 2023. The Fed also notes that economic activity and employment have improved recently. The Fed expects GDP to increase 6.5% this year and unemployment to fall to 4.5%. Morgan Stanley just became the first big bank to offer Bitcoin funds to its wealthiest clients. Morgan Stanley makes it clear the funds are only suitable for people who can afford to lose money on that risky asset and have at least $2 million in the bank. Talk about taking off. Sun Country became the first passenger airline to go public in more than 2 years. Shares of the budget airline priced in at $24 with that IPO and took off for the skies. 2 Disneyland theme parks are set to reopen April 30th. The CEO tells CNBC the parks will operate at 15% capacity.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, Assemblyman Greg Hafen here in District 36, which includes Nye County, has introduced a piece of legislation this week addressing freedom of speech as it pertains to social media sites. Hafen says Assembly Bill 289, developed in consultation with legislative leaders in Florida and Texas, is to protect the freedom of speech of our citizens in the 21st century social media public square. This bill prohibits an interactive computer service that represents itself as content neutral or viewpoint neutral from restricting or removing the content or expression of a user, or restricting or removing the user from the interactive computer service. It also exempts them from prohibition actions taken by an interactive computer service in good faith to restrict or remove content. The expression of a user or a user that the interactive computer service deems objectionable, and that is protected from liability under federal law. It also makes it a violation of a deceptive trade practice. The bill, however, says that a person can be removed if the computer service deems the user to be obscene, threatening, harassing, advocate violence, or otherwise objectionable.
And the Pahrump Gunfighters will be performing this weekend at Nature Health Farms. The local group performs a number of unique shows straight out of the Old West. Ivan the Terrible says the shows are exciting for the entire family.
We're going to be performing here from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock in Saturday afternoon. That's next Saturday. And we are going to start off with gun safety, which is to show that even though we fire blanks, they can't hurt you. So we want to demonstrate that if you have a blank, don't shoot at anybody. Whenever we shoot at each other, we shoot to the side or to the ground. We don't try to aim at each other. We have fun. We hope that people have fun with us too. We're going to be right by this stagecoach, and we hope everybody comes down and sees us. We really enjoy it. Also, if anybody's interested in becoming a gunfighter, we would sure like to have them join us. We could always use them. The requirements is just to have a Western outfit, 6-gun, and a pistol belt.
And you can help them with all that, right?
We can help them very much with all that.
So definitely, if you want to see the Pahrump Gunfighters, Nature Health Farms this weekend, this Saturday, right?
Yes, this Saturday. Come on down.
We'll see you there.
All right, thanks, Ivan. And in addition to the Pahrump Gunfighters, there will be a number of other performers at this weekend's event. Again, it's this Saturday, March 20th from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. at Nature Health Farms at 351 Bunarch Road, right here in Pahrump. And stay tuned, all that fun and more when we return.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back. Doctors recommend exercise as part of a healthy lifestyle. But what about when you're sick? In today's Medical Minute from Spring Mountain Medical, Dr. Jacob Steckel says in most cases, even if you have a medical condition, it's still a good idea to remain active.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
My name is Dr. Jacob Steckel, and I'm one of the chiropractors at Spring Mountain Medical. Today, I would like to talk to you about exercise and illness. Getting the recommended amount of physical activity can reduce the risk of many diseases, such as diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. But what if you're already sick? Some people are afraid to exercise after a heart attack or stroke. But regular physical activity can help reduce your chances of having another episode. The American Heart Association published a statement in 2014 that doctors should prescribe exercises to stroke patients since there is strong evidence that physical activity and exercise after a stroke can improve cardiovascular fitness, walking ability, and upper arm strength. If you've had a heart attack or stroke, talk with your doctor before starting any exercise to be sure you're following a safe, effective physical activity program. It's important to set realistic goals based on your own health and abilities. Begin with 15 minutes of activity every other day, and as you feel stronger, increase to 5 days per week. From there, increase the variety and difficulty of your activities. With walking, for example, begin with 15 minutes a day and slowly increase your time to 30 minutes over several days to weeks by walking longer distances. You can then make it harder by walking more briskly up hills or carrying 1-pound hand weights. At Spring Mountain Medical, the chiropractors, medical staff, and providers are happy to help. Contact our office at 775-727-8900. I'm Dr. Jacob Steckel, and this has been a Medical Minute.
All right, if your computer is broken, you have a decision to make. Fix it or replace it. But how do you know if it's worth fixing? In today's Great Computer Deals quick tutorial, Josh Osborne helps us answer that question.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrumph's own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. Is it worth fixing my broken computer? Almost every day in our store, customers are met with this dilemma. Do I fix my computer or do I just get another one? Usually this will come down to what is exactly wrong with the machine. If it's simply running slow and needs a tune-up, yeah, that's worth fixing. If your hard drive has gone bad but your computer is still modern and working otherwise, yeah, that's also worth fixing. If your motherboard is completely blown, now we're getting into a more difficult situation. Parts like motherboards can be a bit pricey, plus you gotta count on the labor costs too. At the end of the day, it comes down to dollars and cents. Feel free to stop by our store for a free quote on a fix versus replacement. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks so much, Josh. Well, the Veterans Administration in North Las Vegas is offering first doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine to enrolled veterans of any age by appointment or walk-in at a special Saturday vaccine clinic this Saturday from 8 until 3 and next Saturday at the North Las Vegas VA Medical Center. Second doses of the vaccine will also be provided during the event for veterans who received their first dose at the medical center. Enrolled veterans can call 702-791-9185 for more information. That's 702-791-9185.
Well, that's good news for all of those veterans. Now we have good news for you pet lovers. It's Thursday, so it's time to meet another pet available for adoption from one of our local shelters. Today, Darby O'Donnell is at Desert Haven Animal Society introducing us to Axel.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Axel. Axel is a brindle-colored American Staffordshire Terrier mix. He is a very interesting mix. I'm not exactly 100% sure what he is. He's obviously an American Staffordshire, but he is a completely brindled colored, beautiful colorings. The brindle is the dark black color, the beiges, and then the brown colors all over his body. He's a very energetic dog. He is only 3 years old, so he will need to go to a home with a strong sense of leadership. I'm sure he would do well with kids, but he would just need to go and understand his boundaries and learn rules and things like that. He seems very eager to go and say hi to everybody. He's super sweet. Definitely want to take him out in the yard, give at least 15 minutes so he can calm down so he can actually go and engage with you properly. So if you want to come and see Axel or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up online at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler on location at Nature's Health Farm at 351 Benares Road. Let me tell you, this is a great place to be, a great place to come hang out and enjoy the animals. We've got ducks, we've got yaks, we got geese, we got everything out here. I had a buffalo. That was fun. Hey, check this out. Saturday, starting at 11 a.m., there's going to be a big event out here. It's Tatiana's birthday. Now, Tatiana worked with Chris Angel in Las Vegas for years and years, and it's her birthday party. They're doing a fundraiser event out here. They're going to have some Vegas entertainment, some Cirque du Soleil folks, Mike Hammer from downtown doing some comedy. They're going to have you can play with all these animals. It's so much fun. $15 for an adult. 12 and under, you get in for 10, and 2-year-olds and under are free. So it's family entertainment. It's right here in Vegas. I think for $15, you're going to actually owe these folks about 40 with all the fun you're going to have. So check it out this weekend, and we'll tell you all about the weather you can expect for this weekend and the rest of the week when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. And let's take a look at the weather coming up this week. Oh, well, let's look at today's temperatures. Today in Fernley, Fallon, and Carson City, mid-60s, mid to high 60s, actually pretty good. Mid part of the state, you saw as much as 57 degrees in Tonopah and Goldfield. Beatty down to Las Vegas, you're cruising up into the 70s. Look at you go. And in Death Valley, 84 degrees today, 57 for low. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, let's take a look at it. 71 degrees is our current temperature, and that felt just like pretty much our high temperature, which was 73. Not too bad. Winds out of the south to 10 miles per hour. Humidity giving us some cloud cover a little bit this morning as the sun rose at 6:50 a.m. It'll set this evening at 6:54 p.m. That's an addition of 4 more minutes of daylight. How about that? Good for us. Lows tonight heading down to just 50 degrees. That's going to leave the pool water like downright pleasant. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's take a look at tomorrow, shall we? And as we head on into the week, yeah, look at that, 77 degrees tomorrow, 20-mile-per-hour winds. Boy, that's kind of the high mark for the week, but doesn't really calm down all that much for the rest of the week. It's going to be a big blowy week with a lot of clouds. Temperatures peaking out tomorrow about 77 degrees for high, and then heading down in the mid to upper 60s for the rest of the week as we head towards spring. It's not looking too bad. I'm looking forward to all of it. Be a good weekend. A little bit of blow. Yeah, you can do with that. Get a windbreaker. There's some good advice. All right, back to the desk. It's Unette and Deanna.
I guess we're going to need a windbreaker. Yes. Well, that wraps up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. And from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you next newscast.
Good night.
Good night.